Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Shaftesbury Park. Vinnie Morley with you throughout the afternoon for this match between Dings Crusaders and the Sedgley Tigers. Quite a difficult match for both teams. At the wrong end of National 1. Both teams will be looking for a win, and if they can't get a win, they'll be looking for 2 bonus points at least today, if they can. But first of all, let's go through the teams. I'm going off what we got on the social media. I've not had any confirmation, so it's a front row of Archie Stanley, Thomas Gwilliam and Sam Scott. Locks of Will Thompson and Ethan Surrey. Back row, George Taylor, Matt Bennett and Alex Bilton. And scrum half of Tom Knight, and the captain, George Bolton, is the fly half. Omar Lai and Harry Rowson are the wingers. Harry Tarling, Joe Jenkins are the centres, and Tommy Foote is the full-back. Replacements are Sam Cantwell, Brian Kube, Anton Welling, Matt Jones and Raf Weston. Head coach is Luke Arscott. The Tigers team are John Blanchard, Jack Ellerman, Beltus Nonley is the front row. Bob Weltwell and Connor James are the locks. Connor James is the captain. Back row, Will Bennett, Lewis Bradley and Isaac Deans. Matt Sturgis is the scrum half. Greg Smith is the fly half. Got Tom Hesketh making his debut at wing, along with Rhys Henderson. The centres are Ollie Glass and Matt Law, and Josh Ree is the fullback. Replacements are Austin Downham, Adam Mallinson, Danny Rylance, Ethan Poole and Jacob Tansey. Today's officials are referees Callum Watson, who refereed the reverse fixture back in October, with assistant referee of Emerson Wood and Peter Dixon. And if we have a quick look at the table, Tigers are in 9th, played 19 with 40 points, and Dings are in 12th, played 19 with 35 points. For a lot to play for these two teams and the teams around them in National 1. Both teams will be looking for a victory to try and get themselves out of the fight at the bottom of the table. Unfortunately, that won't be the result of today. Both teams will be in the dogfight at the bottom of National 1, irrespective of the result. But certainly, both teams will be looking for 5 points, and at a worst case scenario, 2 points if they can't make it. Last 5 games, Dings have won 1 of the last 5. And Tigers have won 2 of the last 5. And the previous match was a close match on the 25th of October at Park Lane, where the Tigers beat Dings 25-22. So just waiting for the teams to come out. And I may have a guest commentator this afternoon at some point during the match, a fellow videographer for Dings. He's an analyst for Bristol Bears. Tom Morrissey may be joining us if he gets time in between his videography duties. He may come on and give us a bit of an insight into Dings, and especially Dings, who are playing, starting off with 4 Bristol Bears dual registration players and 1 on the bench. So we may get an insight from Tom on that as Connor James leads out the Tigers. And while he does that, I'll just try and get the scoreboard on the display. Hopefully we're ready to go. Beautiful facilities down there at Dings. Lovely place. It is a 4G pitch, which the backs might enjoy. I'm not sure the forwards will. And looks like Dings will be getting the game underway. What I'll do is I'll just get the scoreboard running. And as you're probably aware, if you're a regular, scoreboard doesn't reflect exactly what the referee Referee deemed that it was a knock backwards. And that'll be a knock on. Referee's playing advantage. It's been kicked through, so the advantage will be over, and it's been kicked straight out. So it's come back for the knock on, and it'll be a scrum for Tigers. Yeah. Just might have to move the camera a little bit down to the left. Just, do you want to move your camera down a little bit there, Tom? Sorry, we're just having a few issues with space, but I think we've managed to have sorted it. Yes, I said at the top of the show, both teams will be looking to get a win here this afternoon. Bottom three teams are relegated. The fourth from the bottom goes into a playoff with National 2 teams. 3 teams are promoted from National 2, 1 from North, South and West. And then the 3 second place teams and the fourth from bottom in National 1 go into a playoff. And it's a penalty for Tigers. And I wasn't here at the match last year, but the Tigers took a 3-point lead, and that was the end of the scoring. So they are going to go for the 3 points here. So it will be Ollie Glass who's going to set up for the kick. And Glass has just pushed that to the left of the post. So it'll be a 22 dropout for Dings.
Come on in, boys, let's get together. Come on.
And the scores will remain level at 0-0. And a reminder, if you want to get involved in you can join in the chat. And at different times of the match, I will check the comments. But disappointing start there for Tigers. This is might not look that obvious out there, but I believe it is just a fine rain out there. It's not too windy. There is a little bit of a breeze. And it's going to be a line out and a put into for the Tigers. And it's going to be another put in to the Tigers. Jack Ellen will be putting the ball in. And a bit of a messy line out for Tigers, and Dings have the ball. And as you can tell, that would be Harry Tarling on the wing there with the ball, with all the local fans calling. It has come off a Ding's hand. It's a knock on, and it's going to be put in for the Tigers. So no domination of the game so far. Has been a little bit messy. And here's a penalty to the Tigers. The referee, Cal Watson, has said that he saw a Dings player put his knee on the ground in the scrum. So Greg Smith will be kicking for touch. Oh, and a knock on. I think that was Reece Henderson. So it's going to come back for a scrum to Dings. You're all right. So no, it's okay. And the referee is given, it looks like, yes, a knock on. So it's going to be put in for the Tigers. And once again, the referee, Colin Watson's not happy with Dings and the scrum in. Looks like they engaged a little too early. So it'll be a free kick. And Greg Smith takes the kick. Looks for space in the Dings 22. And it's out for a Tigers line out. Seen a few comments on the chat. I think it mustn't be going too well for England. The last time I checked, I won't shout out the score, but last time I checked, England were losing, so it doesn't sound like it's going any better down at Twickenham or the Alliance Stadium or whatever they want to call it nowadays. But Tigers are driving forward. Looks like Jack Ellen. Oh, and nearly an interception there. It's a knock on. And it's a deliberate knock on. I think it's I thought Colin Watson was going for. Oh, I think he has. I think the scrum half, Tom Knight's been yellow carded there. And it was considered a deliberate knock on by the referee. Just noticed Tom Knight just go off into the dugout. So Tigers will have a man advantage for the next 10 minutes. Jack Ellen is getting seen to by Owen Booth and Zishan Ahmed, the Tigers medical team. Looks like a arm or elbow injury there. And focus there on Tom Hesketh. Big day for that young man, making his debut for the Tigers, the winger. I'm sure he'll be looking forward to being a Tiger now, officially, having made his first appearance. Still waiting for Jack Ellen. Bit of tape there, and looks like some sort of strapping on the elbow or the arm for the hooker who joined the Tigers from Caldy last close season. So feels like a while ago now. So the line out for the Tigers. That will be the aforementioned Ellen to put the ball in. And again, it's a little bit like last week. The Tigers line out is not being too effective at the moment. Bit of a grubber kick in behind, but it'll be a Tigers put in at the line out. And shout out to Harry and Duluck, however that's pronounced, Harry. Come on, Dings. Nice to see teams from sports from both sides watching. See Joe Barnes-Taylor as well, fellow commentator. Nick Law saying go on, Ty. He's given up at the for England, Nick. I wonder if he's gone back to watch it. I bet he's got one eye on England. But thanks for getting involved with the chat. Callum 6818. Come on, Tigers. Come on, boys. And it's nice to see Josh Sherry's dad was over here at Dings watching Josh play. Come from Christchurch in New Zealand, heading back there tomorrow. It's a free kick to Dings. Obviously, problem at the line out. It's a high ball. It's a loose pass. Oh, and just a tip. Tried to catch it. Here it's Colin Watson. Is he going to? The Dings fans thinks that's a deliberate. You can hear him. I'm sure the assistant referee will be advising Callum Watson. That's a penalty. Deliberate knock on, but no. Don't think there was a force in action from, I think it was Reece Henderson, to knock the ball on. So I suspect that's what the referee and the assistant referee, how they looked at that. If I can, I'll try and get the see if we can get the referee coming up very shortly. Ball still in the maul. It's coming out now. Another knock on. Oh no, going back for an infringement. The referee is seeing. Bit of an argy-bargy. Let's see if we can get to the referee. Not sure if we can pick the referee up, but we'll try. And there's going to be a discussion. It's in front of the post, so fortunately I can't seem to pick up the referee. He might be on a different frequency today. Sorry about that. We'll give that a miss for today. So obviously some terrible interference. So some grounds it works and some it doesn't, so just to prove that I did try to get it to work. So like I say, apologies to anybody who's got a loud bit of static It's not the greatest of kicks, I must say, from George Bilton, the captain. It's a clean take and a maul for Dings. First real test for the Tigers. About 8 metres out, playing advantage. Our referee has given the penalty for the infringement. So George Bilton will have a second chance. This time should be on the 5 metre. And indeed it is. I think the ball's gone into the field at the back. It is fantastic, fantastic facilities here at Shaftesbury Park. The M32 runs to the left of the picture, and 4 miles to the left as the crow flies you've got Clifton. So 2 National 1 teams in very close proximity, even closer than Tigers and Sale FC. And another clean take on the line out. Ball's come out and it's a bit messy, and a kick forward, and the referee's allowing play to go on. So the Tigers have done well to get out of it, and it is a penalty to the Tigers. You could actually see the Tigers replacement, the kitman, the coach, all cheering on that penalty in the background. Smith will once again kick 4. And he's probably kicked it about 30 metres forward. And once again, Jack Ellen will be putting the ball in. From a Tigers perspective, we need a nice clear, or a nice clean line out. But, the referee wasn't happy with how the teams had set up for that line out. And that is clean this time. Lewis Bradley now driving forward, number 7. Nice little hands there from, I think that was Bob Birtwell to Bradley. Birtwell again, this time Beltis Nunley. Did he? I think he left the ball there, Beltis. I think he must have knocked it on a little bit as well. So it's a scrum and a put in for Dings. Got 2 Tigers players on there. Ben Gregory, come on Tigers. Luke Cox, go on Tigers. So Boothie 201, let's get the win Tigers. So seems to be Tigers fans that are putting the comments in, but if you're a neutral or you're a Dings, you're welcome to join in there. Obviously, I spend a lot of time following the Tigers and covering the games, but and without a doubt I'm a Tigers fan, but once I'm up on the gantry, it tries to be as fair and neutral if you're watching as possible. I know sometimes it can be difficult. But as Tom Knight's off, replacement scrum half putting the ball in, and would you believe I haven't got number 21 on my score sheet, so on the team sheet. So not. The referee's brought it back for a penalty to for Dings. I'm not 100% sure what's that's for. And it's a line out just in front of the Tigers bench. Got Owen Booth, Lisa Derbyshire, Steve Hazelby, Tommy Taylor. Nice movement here from Dings, but as soon as I say that, the ball was intercepted but knocked on by a Tigers player, so another scrum for Dings. Very scruffy game so far, no points. And I'm just looking around to see if we have got an official score. Oh, we have got an official scoreboard, and it says it's just coming up to 23 minutes now. So we're about 4.5 minutes ahead on the... just going to show you the official scoreboard is over there, 23:07. So we're about 4.5 minutes ahead on the scoreboard on the screen. So just bear that in mind. It's nothing official, just to give you an idea where we are in the match. But Tom Knight is back on. He's spent his 10 minutes in the sin bin, so scrum half, and it's another penalty to Dings. And Tom Knight was about to take it quickly, but he had second thoughts. Thomas William will be putting the ball in for Dings, the hooker. And if he's just ensuring that the lines are straight and fair. Not really a contest there from the Tigers, so Dings are and the ball's dropped again, so it's gone forward. So I think it might be a Tigers put in on the scrum. And he's given a penalty instead, the referee. It's going Greg Smith with the kick. It's a decent kick, to be fair. Taking that from probably about 15 metres in his own half to 23 metres from the Dings try line, so good kick. There is a little bit of a breeze, and it is left to right, so that will have assisted Greg Smith with that kick, but nevertheless it was a nice strong kick. And once again the line out. And things are looking strong, but it's been intercepted by, I think that's Reece Henderson. It's not, it's Matt Law, and it's been tapped down by Dings player, so it looks like it's a goal line dropout for Dings. Whoops. I suspect there might have been a couple of Dings players offside if he'd have gone ahead with that, but he changed his mind, so from a Dings perspective, no harm done. Jack Ellam again, driving forward. He does look strong when he does those drives, Walker. Birtwell.
Second effort!
Nunley. Belts Nunley with a great drive there. Oh, good counter hooking there from Dings. And Tigers still have the ball though. Nunley again. A little bit of a kick over the shoulder from, I think that was Smith. And, oh, it just missed. And I think that was Tom Hesketh on the wing, very close. Using Hesketh's pace as a Will Bennett. Looks to be getting as the referee stops the clock. Will Bennett getting attention on his legs, it looks like. And according to my records, that's Alex Bilton on the ground. Tiny's bootlaces. Didn't look serious as none of the medical staff were running over to assist him. But, we're 28 minutes and 50 seconds according to the clock in the ground into this first half. No points. Tigers had the best opportunity to get on the score sheet. It's a penalty. Ollie Glass just pushed it to the left of the post. And to be fair to Dings, they could have had kicks at the post for penalties, but they opted to go for the line out. Quite understandably, I think both teams really need to be chasing 4 tries. For the bonus point. And probably more pressure on Dings to win this because of the home team.
Tackle. Far touch side. Far touch side.
Thought the referee was given an advantage to. Yes, they were given. He's given an advantage to Ding. So high tackle. Got to say, didn't notice it. George Bilton with the kick. I think he was aiming for us then. I did interview George at the end of the game in October. I don't think I upset him, but I think he might have saw somebody in the crowd he didn't like. Might have been a bit of a slice. It's a good maul here from Dings. They've got an advantage, and I think the referee said they were coming in from the side, but I don't think Sam Scott, even if he'd have got the ball, would have excuse me, would have managed to break down the line there. Oh. And I'm sorry about that. Must have been a knock on. Must have been apologies for that. Must have been a miss hit. I was expecting the ball to go out, so I think there's a Tigers knock on. It's on the 5 metre. Norton, Tom Knight with the put in. And another penalty, I suspect. If it carries on, the Tigers may see a yellow card here. Persistent infringement just at the 5 metre line. And is it a tap and run? They're going to kick. They're going for the scrum. So Dings feel that they have got the strength in the scrum. Instead of going for the line out and drive.
Come on in, Buzze, again, then. Get that pressure on. And again, then, Dings.
Knight with the put in. And another penalty, but they're playing advantage. Oh, it's been intercepted, but we'll go back for the penalty. And I suspect the Tigers are... if the referee hasn't spoken to... If the referee hasn't spoken to CJ, Connor James, the captain of Tigers, I'm expecting it. Here he comes now, as soon as I say it. I think this is the warning. And you can understand where the referee's coming from. Clock stopped in the ground at 34 minutes and 31 seconds, so there's still 5.5 minutes to go, even though the clock on your screen says 40. Scrum is driving forward. It's looking, the ball's falling around. And the referee hasn't given a, tries looking at his assistant, it's going back. And it is a yellow card. Given a penalty. And a yellow card, and just seeing if he's sent Connor James off or it's John Blanchard who's seen yellow. So the Tigers going to be down to 14 for the rest of this first half and the beginning of the second. And in truth, it wasn't a surprise. Callum Watson had spoken to Connor James, and the next move, the Tigers had given away a penalty. And just wondering, here's I was just about to say, I'm wondering because it is going to be a scrum, it looks like, and with John Blanchard being the loose head, Austin Downham's going to replace. So, just seeing who else is going to be sacrificed, shall we say, for Downham to come on. You have to say, oh, just while they're going on, just see who that is over there. Yeah, it's Rhys Henderson has made way for Austin Downham. Ball's in the air. Tigers going to try and keep that ball so it's going nowhere. There is another penalty advantage. And the referee has given another penalty, so
Scrum! Scrum it!
that shouts from the stand to scrum it. You can understand why. That's exactly what's going to happen. Tigers have got 8 for the scrum, but obviously they're missing a player in the back row. So if things can't push over the try line, they'll be looking for the gap, because they've definitely got a player, certainly on the right as we're looking at it, who is actually, I think, waving to Tom Knight as we speak. So this ball, I suspect, is going to go right. If it doesn't go, the ball it's collapsed. And another scrum. I have had an update from Twickenham, and it's not good for England, but it's not, I call a pleasant watch, this game. It's very bitty. There's not much you'd expect on a 4G pitch, the ball being flung out to the wings and quick runs down the line. But it's not really happened in this game so far, as we 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes from half time. And it's another scrum. And it's collapsed again. This time it's going to go right. Edging towards that try line of Dings, 3 metres out. And it is a try on just on half time for Dings. Just waiting to see if the PA announces who scored that. We've got number 19. Thomas William, the hooker, has scored it. And the two have been added. And I suspect George Bolton's wearing number 19 today. I'm not too sure why that is, but it certainly looks like George Bolton who kicked that over. So there's some odd numbers for Dings. So apologies. Got some stoic defending there from Tigers, but the dam was breached at the end. Ball's gone out. So it'll be a line out to Tigers. And on the clock in the ground, we've got 10 seconds left of the first half. If that's been observed correctly. So this will be, unless there's penalties, it'll be the last play. Downham giving Jack Ellen the call. And eventually it's got to Tigers, a little bit messy, but it got there in the end. Lewis Bradley driving over onto the halfway line. Sturgis' pass behind the player. I think the ball was lost there. Everyone was battling around, and there's the kick out for the halfway line. And that's it. Quite a messy first half. Dings dominating the last 15 minutes, and eventually they get the try through Thomas William. It's converted by, I believe, George Bolton, wearing 19, but I may be wrong. But we'll be back in about 8 or 9 minutes with the second half. And welcome back to Shaftesbury Park. And you can see on the screen there that it's, the home team are winning 7-0. And I'm joined for a short period at least by Tom Morrison, who's an analyst at Bristol Bears. And Tom, how did you see the first half from your perspective?
I thought it was really good. It was all about playing the conditions in the first half. Got a bit of a greasy rain going at the moment and a little bit of a breeze going from left to right. So kicking game seemed to be pretty important and just trying to mitigate those errors from either side, really.
And obviously we're in the second half. I'm just going to get the scoreboard going. And although it says second half on your screen, I'll try and change it halfway through the when we get a scrum at least, just to stop confusing people joining the stream. And Tom, there's 4 dual registered players starting today. Who are they, and who are they playing for professionally?
We Dings Crusaders have dual registration with some of the Bristol Bears Academy lads. So we've got a few with us today as there's a sort of in the Prem Cup block. We've got Sam Scott in the front row. We've got George Taylor, Ethan Surrey, and Joe Jenkins. So the boys that have been selected into the Ding squad today. Just getting them some game time and hopefully boosting this team a little bit. And
did you cover all the matches for Dings, or is it just certain games?
I'm predominantly with Bristol Bears, so I do Dings home games when they're here at Shaftesbury Park. But apart from that, I'll be in with the Bears on their home and away games.
And what you've seen so far today, is this a typical Dings performance, or is it underperformance? Or because I know both teams are at the wrong end of National 1.
Yeah, I mean they've put in a really good week of training, brought the lads in from Bears as well to get some fluidity into their training over the week. They've been training really hard. They've been working on some specific things, and they seem to be executing pretty well. So I'm sure they'll be pretty happy. Some things to clean up, but apart from that, they're just grinding through the performance.
And how do you see the second half going now? Is it more of the same, or do you think I think the wind's behind Dings now? Do you think they'll perform a little bit better?
Yeah, I think it'll be more of the same, trying to use that to their advantage. They executed quite well against the wind in the first half, so it's all about managing that territory game now and making sure they're playing in the right areas.
And so you can see what I can see in the rain that's flying across the pitch, but it's not coming over too much on the camera at the moment, but there is quite the rain passing over at the moment.
I'm just happy that we're nice and dry.
Yes, absolutely. Greg Smith kicking in behind, looking for space. And a decent kick towards halfway line there. And like I say, if you've just joined us, we are in the second half. I just need to amend the scoreboard. It does say first half on there, but I'll get that changed once we get a little bit of gap in the game. And Tom, you're a rugby player yourself. You've represented Canada, you were saying earlier.
Yeah, I'm born and raised Canadian. I've moved over to the UK for university. But I was fortunate enough to represent Canada in the age grade levels at the 18s and 20s. Came over to Cardiff Met, where I'm currently doing my Masters and my placement with Bristol Bears. And
are you getting a chance to play at the moment?
I have to say the Masters has taken up quite a bit of time. I try to get up with the club when I can. But life of a performance analyst tends to be quite dependent on the performance schedule, so that rugby seems to be universally on the same days, unfortunately for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Saturdays are tied up.
No, exactly. It's Shaftesbury Park for me.
It's a good run, but I think that might have been Tom Esketh, and he's looking isolated, but the Tigers have managed to stave off the penalty for not releasing. And looks like Downham's still on because I suspect John Blanchard is still in the sin bin, and Tigers down to 14. So from the Tigers' perspective, hopefully can carry on to stave off any more pressure from Dings Crusaders. It's a penalty to Tigers. Not releasing. And Greg Smith will be kicking. And I think he's done a bit of a George Bolton there from the first half. I don't know if I've upset Greg Smith, but seemed to aim it up here. So he's not really got much distance, but a reminder that the breeze is going from left to right, so it was in Smith's face. And I can't see Blanchard unless it's tactical now. It may be that Blanchard may come back onto the pitch later on in the game. There's a long line out, but this time it worked well for Tigers. Nonley making 6 or 7 metres with all that power. So kick through. But, cleared by Dings. So Jack Ellen will be taking the line out. Ozzy Downham with the tactical. Has been won again by the Tigers. The line out. Very scrappy, but the Tigers retain possession. Birtwell driving forward. And a decent kick in behind. It's 25 metres out. Edging the Tigers towards the Dings red area. And in the first half, there wasn't, Tom, there wasn't much action in the red half for the Tigers in the first half. Dings seemed to manage that quite well.
Yeah, they were. Dings were camped out in the Tigers zone for basically the last quarter of the first half there, and I think it would have been quite a momentum killer if they hadn't come away with anything at the end of that second half there. But they managed to get there in the end. But yeah, it looks like it's sort of swapping around a little bit, and the Tigers are getting some action down in the Dings zone.
Oh, it's a knock on by Reece Henderson, and Dings have given up the advantage there by kicking it. So I suspect that was Josh Ree with the kick. Got some distance on it. It's not gone too far now. I suspect that went back. But no, the referee has deemed it a knock on, so I'm going to just see if I can change. Not too bad today because my hands aren't freezing. There you go. Changed it to the second half on the scoreboard on the screen. Yeah, it's for mid-late February. It's quite mild. Used to 5 layers, thermals, you name it, gloves, hand warmers, but today it's not too bad. It is a little bit getting a bit chilly now. It's dropped a couple of degrees, but certainly in the great scheme of things, it's quite mild here down at the southwest. I suppose where you're from this time of year, Tom, it's snowy and freezing.
It is indeed, but I always do say there's a different type of cold, and I'd much rather be in the snow than in the wind and rain.
Yeah. And just to sort of highlight that your mum and dad are from Wales originally, you've not chosen to come here and give up all that nice winter sports and everything up in Canada to come here.
Yeah, no, they are Cardiff born and raised, and that's where I ended up going to uni, so a bit of a full circle. But been loving my time.
And is it a matter you come over to the UK a lot before you came to university, or is it is this your first sort of like trip?
We came over quite frequently. My parents still live here. They're a strong rugby family, so we always try to come back as much as we can until I actually came over and gave my parents a reason to come back as well.
Yeah, good stuff. Oh, so your mum and dad have come back as well to live at? All right, okay. Well, we've had quite a lot of kicking in the second half. It seems to be a tactic for both teams. I think territory is important.
Yeah, in these conditions, it's best about mitigating those errors. Trying to put all that pressure on the opposition team, trying to force errors in the right areas.
Warning! Warning!
So cracking maul. It's just getting to the 22 line. For Tigers fans, that's not the try line, it's the 22. But they're playing advantage now. Dings penalty. It's still going. I suspect it must have been in at the side. Down on the ground now, but continue to play the advantage. And a great little try there for Dings. The pressure paid off in the end. And they extend the lead to 12 points. And is that Omar Lee?
Yes.
Is it Omar Lee, the winger there with the try? Nice, nicely worked out for Dings. And any reason why that is George Bolton, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any reason why he's wearing number 19 and not number 10?
I'm not sure if there was a wardrobe error.
Yeah.
Or there might be some sizing issues there.
Yeah. The only reason I know it's George, I interviewed him after the match earlier in the season, so I recognised him. But if I hadn't have done, I wouldn't have known. But he's added the 2. Extending the lead to 14 points to 0 for Dings. So the psychology of sport now is that Dings will be pushing to get another 2 tries for the bonus point win. And Tigers will be pushing just to try and to win this game now. Take something out of it. Ball has been turned over. I think it might have been turned over a second time. It's a knock-on from Dings, and it'll be a put-in at the scrum for Tigers. About 30 metres out from the Dings try line. So what's your thoughts now? Is it Dings go for the bonus point try, just push everything for it,
yeah,
where they are in the league?
I think they'll be pushing as hard as they can here.
Yeah,
like you said, both sort of on the lower end of the table in National 1. So just really maximising their points out of this performance and see how they get on.
And just to say that Leicester Lions were beating Leeds Tykes with about 5 minutes to go, and Leeds Tykes turned it round. So I think from both teams' perspectives, they'd rather had a Leicester Lions win today rather than a Leeds Tykes. Loose pass there. Matt Law clears it up a bit, so the Tigers have possession. So I think that was, I suspect that was Jack Ellen, but another loose. Tigers seem to be either throwing the ball willy-nilly or they're expecting a player to be there, and they're not. Austin Downham driving forward. Oh, loose pass from Sturgis. And now it's Henderson. On the back. And the ball's just gone into touch. And the Tigers will be looking for Rhys Henderson to deliver another try like he did last week, although he was actually in a lost cause in the 40th minute of the second half last week. 70-metre try for Rhys Henderson. We could do with one of them in the next 5 minutes. And the referee's just stopped the clock. And just to confirm that Tom is actually doing the videography for Dings today as well, so he's multitasking as well. It's not always easy to enjoy a match just looking through, and I mean your monitor's smaller than mine, so you've got about a 4-inch screen there, haven't you? So
yeah. It's first time on the mic as well, so learning as I go, I think.
First time ever?
Yeah.
Good on you, you're doing a top job. Yeah, the thing is not to think about it too much, just get on with it. So Thomas Gwilliam with the put in for. There's a little bit of a discussion about where exactly Thomas Gwilliam should be stood. And now delivers it. Cleanly taken, and the ref's not happy. Oh, it must have, as soon as I said cleanly taken, it must have been dropped by the Dings player, and scrum for Tigers. Just to say we've played 17 minutes on the clock in the ground, so we're about 45 seconds ahead on the scoreboard. But I'd say the Tigers need to get into this. There's been some big comebacks in rugby, both at Union and League, over the last couple of weeks, and Tigers fans will be hoping for something similar. It's a great run. That looks like Isaac Deans, and the referee's brought it back for some reason, just as Deans, and he's given a penalty to, or a scrum to the Tigers. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Any idea, Tom?
No, I'm not sure what he's brought that back for.
Looked like Isaac Deans had made a great break through the Dings line. Don't know. And Sporter has just asked me, did he understand what's going on there? Well, no, we don't. And Tom doesn't as well. So, yeah. I can only imagine it was both teams knocked it on. That's all I can imagine. But
not sure if there was some referee interference there as well.
Oh, right. So
not too sure.
And Reece Henderson just short on the wing. He's got it back, but it's been picked up by Ding. So a nice move by Tigers. Just foiled at the 5 metre line. But from a Tigers perspective, a little bit of hope in the second half. But we have seen this happen a few times this season where Tigers have had time in the opposition's red zone. But it's not paid off, and then the opposition team goes down. So it's important that, from a Tigers perspective, of course, that they start changing these into points. Or converting them into points, probably. Compliment for you, Tom, from Gareth Riley. Says, thanks for the coverage. Tom sounds like a natural. Coming across great.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
And Jude also says, hello, Gareth Summers. Sam Glasgow Tigers. Antonia Bennett. Thanks, Antonia, for getting involved. Oops. Need to focus on camera work as well. It does look like Adam Mallinson, so I suspect Mallinson's on for... Well, he's got a cap like Adam Mallinson. So. Oh, another. Tried to be a bit of ingenuity, and it's not paid off there. And it's is it a knock on? I suspect it's going to be a scrum and a knock on. Jimbo says, come on the Tigers. Yeah, Jude Hall, Sam Glass, thanks everybody. Really appreciate you getting involved. Neil Ellum. And Harry AMD Luck. Not sure what it really means, that Harry, but 21 is Matt Jones and 14 is Harry Rowson. So you did post that in the first half, so thanks for helping us out. Yeah, the numbers have gone a bit awry from what was posted last night, so I didn't get hold of the match report for the official players. So
substitutions for Dings. Number 3 Sam Scott and number 7 Matt Bennett off. Coming on is Friday Pugh and Anton Riley.
oh. I suspect the ball went back there, but I suspect the Dings player changed his mind as he's about to throw the ball, but it's another knock on. It's once again scrappy day. I'm going to just see if I can just pick up the rain on the floodlight. I'm not too sure if I will be able to. It's not coming through very well. But it's not as bad as it was at the start of the second half. Yeah, it's not. We're not picking up too good on that floodlight. Jacob Tanzi is now on for Matt Sturgis. Tanzi takes the penalty quickly, kicks it down the middle into a good bit of area. The Dings player comes across and it's gone behind or out for a line out for Tigers. And I'm surprised that Dings haven't spent more time in the Tigers half. You know, with the breeze, Tom, going from left to right, I'd have thought they'd have probably dominated possession in the second half, but it doesn't seem to have happen that way.
Yeah, I think the Tigers are showing glimpses of some really good rugby. They've got really good speed of ball in certain areas. But I think Dings are countering that quite well. Some pretty strong defensive sets. And sort of leveling this out a bit. It's real sort of about who can perform in those areas better. But it looks like here that Tigers have quite a good opportunity.
Yes, Matt Law just trying to make a break there. Tiger tackled. Oh, ball's offloaded. It went backwards off Connor James, so ball grabbed by Henderson. Oh, nice bit of footwork there. Oh, I think that was Josh Ree there. He made sure that the ball went back. Another bit of football. Oh, that could have been advantageous to Tigers. It was a bit risky from Dings' player. That's kicked into a bit of space there. And I think that's Josh Ree that's slipped. And now it's Ollie Glass looking for...
I think the Dings players must have heard you because they're really trying to put that territory back into the Tigers' red zone.
Yeah, I think Tigers fans will be telling me to shut up. Isaac Deans now. It's a penalty for a high tackle. And Smith will kick. And
Lads, come on, we're stood up here. Come on.
yes, it's Adam Manlinson has taken over from Jack Ellam at hooker. Down and giving the advice. And another scruffy line out, and Dings are taking advantage. And penalty to Tigers. Let's take it quickly. Smith. Give it to Ollie Glass. This week he's playing at centre. I think probably for the second or third time this season. He's played at fly half, full back. And Reece Henderson driving forward on the right hand wing, but that's just the Tigers 10 metre line, so still in Dings territory. Tansey setting himself up for the box kick. It's been caught in the air. And try for Dings. Taking them to, that's the third try of the game, taking them 19 points to 0 ahead. 12 minutes to go. So Dings will be, I suspect, taking this. Doesn't make sense to use the full minute. And can you, oh no, I don't think it's George Bolton taking this one. Who's that, Tom?
No, this is Raf Weston, who's come off the bench.
Is he a Bristol Bears?
Indeed, yeah,
player,
he's the one that was on the bench for this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good player, first year with us. Come out of Bath University.
Struggling with the ball there. That's the second time it's dropped off the tee. And the referee's looking at he's going to drop it, which makes sense, really. He's put it wide, but there's no, at 19-0 up with 11 minutes to go, you want the bonus point try. You don't want to be spending too much time there, so, or you don't want to be wasting time to. So George Taylor with the try for Dings, the third try of the afternoon. Smith gets us underway again. And more footwork from Dings. And Tigers need 2 tries out of this now just to get anything out of this game. And one of them's got to be converted. So it's an uphill battle. He gave that for not rolling away. So don't think there's any advantage to Tigers using any time on this. They need to just play the ball. I know Adam Allison's trying the ball because of the conditions, but and again it's been and it's a good kick as well. And it could be 50-22, and it is. Well, Tom, that's probably the longest 50-22 I've seen all season, that.
Yeah, that was an outstanding kick. Raf known for a good kicking game, and he's put it on display there. Yeah,
there is a little bit of a breeze behind, but that must be the best part of 70 metres, that. Maybe more. No. And if there's anything to sort of like get your players up further, it's something like that, and to demoralise them, it's something like that. So from a Dings perspective, that's an absolute corker. So how do you feel things have been in the scrum today? Do you feel they've dominated the scrum? Has it been 50-50?
It seems to be coming up in waves a bit. I mean, Tigers were really strong and dominant early on. Got under Ding quite well. Seemed to be in that middle third of the game where Dings got into a bit of a rhythm with their hit and their race to the space and getting underneath Tigers. It's sort of evened out a little bit there. It was a bit dominant from Dings there, but Tigers managed to get it away. So it's been a good contest all game.
It looked a bit scrappy, but Tigers kept hold of the ball up front. I think a couple of players might have run into each other there and knocked over. That'll be a knock on. Suspect it was kicked by a Tiger, so the advantage will be over. But Tigers have the ball, they've turned it over, so Downham driving forward. Playing advantage. Ollie Glass is looking for somebody who's making a run. I think that's Henderson, who's coming off the wing. He's gone back. Indeed, it was Reece Henderson who's tried to make a line through the centre there. Use his pace. Tom. Oh, another messy line out from Tigers. This gives an opportunity to Dings to break away on the wing. No, I think he might have gone over the 180 there. I think there's a yellow card, yeah. I think it's Austin Downham who's seen yellow there. I think Colin Watson deemed that Aussie Downham had turned the Dings player. Do you know who that was, Tom?
That's Brian and Coob, I believe.
Brian and Coob over the 180, and probably quite an easy decision for the ref with the yellow card there. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock here at Shaftesbury Park. And I know it sounds a bit crazy this, but it'll be to Tigers' advantage if they don't allow Dings to score the bonus point. Try the way the league is. No use giving any extra points, Tom.
No, exactly.
I know you don't agree with me on that one, but from a table perspective,
yeah, Dings will be doing everything they can to get this last try and get a bit more out of the game to boost their standings.
Yeah. And just a reminder that Tigers have got Plymouth Albion and Rotherham Titans. Plymouth Albion away and Rotherham Titans at home, the third and the second last games of the season. And just from that point of view, obviously the Tigers will be wanting to win them, but they could have a bearing on the table if Tigers don't allow the teams to get bonus point wins if they're losing those games. I know I'm getting ahead of myself there, but that's how this sport works, and it's important that you don't allow teams these extra points, even if you're getting beat. So. And, the ball's been turned over, and I think the referee gave an advantage to Tigers. I'm not sure if that's the case, but certainly from a Tigers perspective, it may be more beneficial to keep hold of the ball here. Now they're not going to get any points out of this game. There'll be pride, obviously not scoring on the board, no points on the board. Will be a bit of hip to pride to the Tigers, but if they give a fifth point to Dings in the last 2 minutes of this match. And the referee has brought them back for a penalty.
Yeah, I think a sneaky bit of obstruction there.
All right.
After the kick.
So obviously for any neutrals, I'm not going to be kicking for this, Dings. I'm going to be, I suspect it'll be a tap and run or a scrum. And it's a scrum, which is unsurprising. I mean, the other option was to line out and jive, but I think Dings seem quite confident with their scrummage this afternoon. So Austin Downham's gone off, so John Blanchard's going to come back on, and somebody's going to have to be sacrificed, and I suspect, no. And it's Tom Hesketh who's been sacrificed, so I suspect that's Tom Hesketh's day over. The first performance, a debut for the Tigers. I think he might have gone off twice on that rule, but for a scrum there has to be a dedicated and nominated front row. And as Austin Downham had been yellow carded, Blanchard needed to come back on to fulfil what was required. And 2 metres out. It's inches away, and I suspect it's a penalty to the Tigers. Referee seen infringement. The 18 minutes is up. So Tom, if it was you now, captain, what would you do?
Well, I'm not sure the Tigers have got enough time on the board to get any points out of it, but it looks like they're going to at least try and have one last go.
It might be might be a tactical error. My knowledge of rugby is limited, but I'd have said, could you have tapped it and then kicked it out? Would that have been the alternative?
Yeah, depending on what the referee has on his watch. If
possibly.
If that wasn't quite last play, then I don't think they had a choice there.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, just assuming that the scoreboard over in the corner is right. And that might not be the case.
Could have a couple seconds
absolutely, yeah.
Here and there.
Makes sense. And things have turned the ball over. George Bolton weaving in and out. And it is a penalty, and I suspect
that might be time on both clocks here.
I think it's going to be a tap and kick out here. I think it's going to be the game over.
Yeah,
he's done it. Yeah, you can tell. And that is the final score here at Shaftesbury Park. Dings Crusaders have taken 4 points. Tigers nothing. And the Tigers put a lot of effort into that for nothing. They did have a chance to score the first points in about the 5th or 6th minute, and Ollie Glass just put the ball to the left of the post, but since then there was no other scoring for the Tigers. Just wanted to say thanks to Tom Morrison for joining me. Tom is the analyst at Bristol Bears, and he covers the videography here as well for Dings home matches. And want to say thanks to Tom. He did it on the fly there. I just asked him if he wanted to join in, and he said he would do for the second half. So thanks, Tom. My name's Vinnie Morley. We'll be back next Saturday. It's Tunbridge Judians at home. I'll have an official commentator next week for the match. So do join us. If you haven't done so already, please hit subscribe for Buzze Sport, hit like and share it, and do your best to get this level of rugby out there to the wider world. And with that, I'll say thank you.